The Outer Hebrides is a wonderful and magical place for many reasons. The beaches, the people, the history, and the wildlife. I took on the challenge of walking the Hebridean Way, but instead of going to Stornoway, I was going all the way to the Butt of Lewis in the north. This adventure was going to be amazing. I planned 13 days to walk 210 miles. My solo walk would push me to the limits, both mentally and physically, and to near breaking point. Follow my journey, along with my highs and lows, as I walk the length of the Outer Hebrides. I'll be doing this for the charity Venture Scotland, who take 16 to 30 year olds, helping them make positive changes in the outdoors. So join me on this adventure of a lifetime. Cheers everyone. My journey started in Oban, where I boarded the ferry named the Isle of Lewis, soon heading out of Oban and passing the Isle of Mull. Great facilities on board. I had a coffee and a pretty good meal, along with a little gin, and why not? A few hours later I reached Castleby and headed the 6.5 mile walk to Vatersay and to a secluded beach in the south, where I set up camp, took in the views and gathered my thoughts for the big adventure that lay ahead.
Good morning everyone, and welcome to Vatersay. This is my camping spot from last night. My tent is behind me somewhere. There it is. I don't know if you can see it or not. I got here last night. I'm obviously in the Outer Hebrides, and this little neck of the woods is Vatersay, a very small community, and we have friendly cattle on the beach this morning. What else can you ask for? Blue water, beautiful sands, and if you didn't know, I am here in the Outer Hebrides because I'll be walking the Hebridean Way, but with a little twist. So the Hebridean Way goes from Vatersay up to Stornoway, but before I get to Stornoway, a few miles back or a few days back, I'm going to cut off right round the west coast of the island and head away up to the Butt of Lewis, and it's 210 miles, so a good fair walk, and I plan to do it in 13 days, and I'm doing it for charity. So if you didn't know, the charity I'm doing it for this year is called Venture Scotland. Oof. Compose yourself. So Venture Scotland is a charity based in Glasgow and Edinburgh, and they take youngsters from I think 16 to 30 years of age, and they've had a bit of a tough life, a hard life, as we know what things are in that neck of the woods and what actually goes on, and they take them into the outdoors and they give them the skills to navigate life, bring them to beaches, teach them teamwork, map reading, outdoor skills, working with each other, working in a group, working individually, shows their strengths and weaknesses, all done in the outdoors. So they push them to find their limits and all this stuff. So if you don't know who they are, obviously, go to the website Venture Scotland. They're a fantastic team, well put together, well organised, and they do the world of good for these youngsters. And yeah, that's the plan, to do all this and raise some money for Venture Scotland for all their work they do, and just give some youngsters a break. Chance in life to do something they probably would never get a chance to do. So visit outdoors, camping, hiking, abseiling, all these skills that push them forward in a positive way. So it's a little shout out that if you have a spare couple of pounds, to head to my Just Give page. All this money goes to just Venture Scotland itself. I don't deal with anything. It's a great system that this has, so we're doing pretty well at the moment. And yeah, what a great place to do an adventure, and what a great charity to do this adventure for. Help Venture Scotland. But anyway, I've got an adventure to start. This is day one and of a 13-day adventure, so I need your help. Please donate. What a view this morning it had. Absolutely beautiful. Right, let's get to the start point. So I'm just walking back, actually to Vatersay from my wee camp spot, and I don't know if you can see behind me here, all this meadow area is all left untouched. I was coming along, I heard a corncrake in there. It's literally a needle in a haystack trying to find this little bird. If you not know what one is or sound, it's like when you run your fingers along the top of a comb. That funny weird noise. It's in there. I think they're very secretive, so I don't think I'm going to get to view it. Like, how do you find it in there? But anyway, there's a corncrake in there somewhere. Absolutely, this smell that's coming off these wildflowers is absolutely empowering. It's strong, very strong. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The little corncrakes went completely silent on me. Must know. Well, I've just stopped at the community centre there, and just across the road from it is the official start of the Hebridean Way. Oof. This is the start of my 210-mile Hebridean Way walk to the butt of Lewis. 13 days planned. Quite bizarre and exciting. Everything's running through my head at the moment. It's quite amazing. Anyway, the official start, we'll get going. This is a bit surreal at the moment. This was a plane crash in 1944, and there's obviously the wreckage and a little memorial for the people who survived and died here. 1944. Tragic. Well, this is the point where I cut up. Instead of going back round the road that way, I cut up this little track, and that takes me up into the hills now. So there's a little scattering of mist on the top there, so hopefully it blows away. I just never noticed this. This is just a nice little structure here. This is Point of Interest, which is an 18th century roundhouse. Pretty cool actually. I just had a wee flick through the sort of notice boards there, but put a wee bench in there, so it's quite a nice spot for a drink of water and a wee bite and a rest. So yep, feeling good. Just having a rest before I head up that hill. But yes, it's cool. There's a breeze, which is good, but it's still a bit clammy under that weather. So I'm going to get a bite to eat, drink of water, and then I'll head up into the hills. Oh, well, this is a tough start, first day. Literally zapping me very quickly. It's a tough climb. Oh. There is way markers here, like this one. They seem to be dotted quite regular. Just keeping people on the right path. Oh, now I'm just going to take 10, not 5, but 10, to just recover. Right, starting to come downhill now. Come out of that thick mist, there's a breeze clearing all the way. So yeah, there's the sea. Just going to make my way down here. I go down and around. I can see one of the post markers there, a further one there, and I think we're going to skiff the bottom of that wee mound there, which will take us along the edge and out round the corner there. Oh, pretty cool. I'm going to try and keep this up day one, and I kind of never ever stop for a lunch, which is, I know, is a bad thing when you're doing a long distance walk. You need to keep up the calories, so I'm going to try and commit to doing a lunch every day. So lunchtime pasta sauce, and I've got like a rice as well to bulk it out, which will help a lot. And perfect little place to cook and rest and take in these absolutely fantastic views. I can see the next little village along the road there, and then it's going to skirt round the edge through a couple of little beaches. So we're on track, we're on the right way. It doesn't look half as bad as what I've just climbed and what I've come down, because that last section there was pretty sore on the feet, just how steep it is. But there's way markers around here all the way along, and pretty straightforward, but I've got the map and it looks a rather inviting little coastal village. I'm going to say there's very little there, but we'll be surprised, you never know. Anyway, I'm going to get some lunch and take in the views. Just followed this sort of
the main road and then took a cut up, and it's now went into like a dirt track road and now into virtually just a path. Oh, this first day is a murder. Literally, I'm toiling, really toiling, I have to admit, trying to get back into the swing of this on our first day. Oh, the heat and the air is quite zapping. So I think once I get to the top of this sort of track here, I think it takes a right along there, and then we get a bit further on, so it's little bits of ups and downs and cut throughs and so on. Beautiful view though, beautiful view. Topped up on water again at one of the campsites, both campsite. It's one of these things that you've got to do, so it's well needed because I'm zapped. Anyway, we'll get up here and see which direction we go. Now, my legs are weary, my back's sore, my feet are aching. There's some things that just make your worthwhile this walk, and this is it. This has just made my day. Stupid, but the simple things, eh? So I think I'm just going to grab a pew. Oh, goodness. Beats sitting on a rock or on a tuft of grass somewhere. And this is my view. Not bad. Goodness me. And now very little air. It's just a tiny little bit of breeze, which is great, which is keeping the flies away. Not really so much midges, but I'm quite sure if it stopped being that wind, the breeze stopped, I'm quite sure they'd be out. So just following the posts again. It's going to take me along the bottom of the rocks and up and over the top there, where basically the airport is, Barra Airport. That's where I'm camping on a long strip. There's a nice wee cluster of houses in the background. Absolutely beautiful, they're dotted everywhere. Got a wee boost of morale from that chair. It's the last little couple of miles to the airport, and once I get around the corner it's basically downhill. But yeah, it's very still. Looking forward to get my tent up, my boots off. Oh, on we go. What a bonny little place. So this is me just skiffing round the side of this hill, ready to drop down to Barra. And tomorrow morning I'm going to take that road right in the middle there, and there's a little ferry depot right out there which will take me to the islands further up, which are away in the distance. So that's the plan. Well, not a bad view, eh? Absolutely cracking. This is Barra Airport. There's the airport terminal, and yeah, it's very quiet. I was going to camp just on the sort of long leg at the beach there, but normally there's tents and camper vans on it, and there's nothing, so which tells me there's maybe something that, like, you're not allowed to camp there anymore. I don't know. I just thought I'd save the hassle in finding out, but I thought This is not a bad little pitch. It's a bit spongy with like heather underneath, so it might be a bit comfortable. But yeah, this is going to be my bed for the night. I'm just charging up the phone and bits and pieces. So I just need to take the leg down in the morning onto the road, and then just walk right along to the ferry terminal. I need to book my ferry for 8:30, I think. I think it's like 8:15 to 8:30, and it sets sails at 9 o'clock, I think. I think that's right. I'll get on and have a look anyway when everything's charged up. But what a peaceful night. My feet are really needing it, so I'm just sorting my bed and everything, and then that's me. I'll get some food on the go and then just get my boots off. But anyway, we're here and the tent's up, just getting the rest sorted. Catch you in a bit. Okay everyone, I think I've got everything done. I'm just having a last cup of coffee before my bed. The sun's going down, which looks fantastic over there. There is a little bit of drizzle in the air, but nothing major. But I did have to bring things in. Everything's tidied to an extent. I just need to put my stove and everything away, and I'll get that energy drink first thing in the morning before I set off. So I'm going to call it a night, but that's day one over. It was a pretty hectic, pretty hard day, I would say. I'm not going to lie, I was struggling, and I think they say, well, do they or not? First day is always the hardest. But yes, tomorrow is a long day. The ferry across, and there's quite a long walk, but I think it's all coastal. From the map, it's all coastal, which is good, but it's mostly on road, I think, which is not great. But anyway, that's tomorrow. But tonight, I need to get my seds and get a really good sleep, I hope. So, I shall see you in the morning. Night for now.
Good morning, everyone. Bit of a rough sleep last night, but better than my first night when I arrived at Vatersay. I think it's just getting used to different surroundings and different areas, and everything's running through your head at once, I think. Plans, the what ifs, what and buts. What a beautiful morning. Absolutely beautiful. So it's just 6:15, and the plan is I've made my shake this morning, sort of like energy powder from a ration pack, added water, and that'll be my start off point to save making cooking anything. And then when I get across onto Eriskay, I'll go to like a shop or cafe, just recharge and get something to eat over there. Absolutely stunning. It's worth the pain in my legs. I'm achy, but not as bad as what I was feeling yesterday, so it does, it's breaking into the rhythm again, that's what it is. I think the constant supply of water is always on my mind. I just don't think I'm drinking enough water. So I try to, if I can stop past somewhere that I can get water, like a campsite, shop or something like that, I'll do that, that's the plan. But anyway, I'm going to get this tent packed up, everything done. There's a wee stile down the road there, and I'll walk right along to the ferry port. But yeah, catch you soon. So this is Ardmore. This is where I get my ferry, that one there, to Eriskay, which is somewhere over that way. Beautiful. The wee cafe here, and I'm just going to get a cup of coffee when it opens in 10 minutes. Very peaceful and very quiet here. That's me landed on Eriskay. Ferry just behind me there. What a fantastic little journey. Crew were amazing and met so many people on their adventures as well. Look at this beach. And the still water is absolutely beautiful. There's no air, there's just no breeze. It's warm, and I'm feeling motivated and good. I think that ferry crossing, meeting people and hearing their adventures and hearing their stories while crossing was just morale. A lot of cyclists, I was the only foot passenger and absolutely fantastic to just meet people where they're going and what they're doing. So it's very encouraging. Anyway, I'm going to head along this beach. Very peaceful. I just love how these houses are all built on rock formations. Something like that. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a different world here. And yet again, obviously they've got no parking for camper vans. This is called the Macar, and it's basically grassland that's left untouched. It's all flowering. It's absolutely very, very strong smelling. It's amazing, it's everywhere. So many birds, wildlife using the flowers, bees are everywhere, and look at that. This is your bay. I think I'm heading right round the coastline there, if I remember rightly. Absolutely beautiful. It's thirsty work. So, the place I'm at just now is at the causeway just outside Eriskay. Quite a long causeway actually, but it's a lifeline for the two islands. There is hardly a breath of air in this place. And it's Sunday, and I was trying to get to the little shop, and because the way they are in this neck of the woods is that very rarely anything's open on a Sunday. So time it right and check your food supplies and things and water supplies
Water not so much, but for your food. Shops are few and far between. One absolutely stunning place. I'm just going to take 15 minutes, take in these views. It's just so still. I've hardly met a soul, apart from on the ferry. They've all dispersed. But absolutely beautiful. Anyway, all going well. I'm going to get this juice into me here and have a little break. Fantastic, great little spread, plenty choice on the board, plenty of drinks, plug sockets. I filled my bottles up with water, ideal. There's a hostel out the back, as you see. Probably better giving them a phone about that if you're going up there. The campsite as well. I've seen a couple of tents, a couple of caravans. Don't know if they take motorhomes, but you're probably worth checking them out. And just across the road from it is lovely little beaches. People swimming in, and there's one there, just right beside it here. Quite unexpected. Anyway, that's me fed and watered. Great to be back on the road again, and I'm on grass. It's nice to walk on grass for a change. Anyway, it's all flat from here for a long bit, so catch you further on.
it's a bit breezy, but there is virtually nobody on this beach. I have the beach to myself. It is absolutely huge. I have no idea how long this beach is, but it's absolutely incredible. Oh, just going to walk this beach all day. I apologise for my stupidity. I've been walking on this beach for miles and never even thought about taking my shoes off. It was just when I felt them getting a bit achy. Thought that's my cue. So yes, I know, the longest beach in Scotland probably, and one of the most beautiful here, and I'm walking on it with my boots on. It's not a good sign. Anyway, they're off. Let's get them wet. That's a really good feeling, especially when my feet are on fire. So, if you've never done it already, there's a thing when you've got hot feet when you're hiking. Walk the beach. Beautiful. So just where the beach ends in the distance there, big sandy bit, that's roughly where my camp spot is. It's in sight. Finally set up camp. I was supposed to be a wee bit further on, but this is actually quite a level spot, so this is going to do me for tonight. I'm going to say that was a really tough walk. Most of it was beach. I think that sounds really good, but I think underfoot it wasn't. Or I was just toiling. Anyway, that was tough, yes. So day 2, camp spot, pretty good actually. The view's amazing. There's nobody here. There's a herd of cows away over the side there, which is not going to bother me. Right in front of the beach. And yeah, pretty good. I've sorted my, I've hung all my stuff up to dry, aired my feet, gave them a wipe down with wet wipes. They're starting to niggle, so I have got creams, plasters, compeeds, painkillers, all that kind of stuff. They're just niggly, and when I took my shoes off, my boots, they're really hot. So that's the only thing that's niggling me. Obviously strap marks on my shoulders are a bit niggly as well. It's not burst skin, but I need to keep an eye on it. So we're falling to bits. Yes, it's that's the way it is, isn't it? But apart from that, I've got a really flat spot. So that's one bonus. Yeah, been a successful day. Good weather. Probably still quite muggy. And
clammy underneath, very sticky. But that walk on the beach certainly done my feet good and boosted morale, and that's what you need. Anyway, I've got my dinner to make, get some liquids into me, a cup of coffee, and then probably an early night. I'm really needing a good sleep. So I'll get back to you later on. We have a situation. I never even thought about this, but where I've set up camp, it's a cow field. One of them came through and up the side of the fence here, and it's now brought the herd with them. I've had to abandon my tent. This is not looking good. Shit. What? Oh, your wee calf's now plumbing half-arsed it. Oh no. If they just keep going a wee bit further down, we'll be fine. If not, I'm going to be out at midnight with pots and pans. Ow. Well, they're down that way there now. And I hope they stay there. Right. I really hope they do. Okay. I'm going to put my stuff together, get my food sorted for tomorrow, and call it a night. So, an eventful day, an eventful half an hour there. I shall see you in the morning for day number 3. Night for now. This is a difficult thing. And I stepped on the peat hag and I've pulled the muscle, or I've overstretched it in my leg, my calf. My head's spinning at the moment. Just thinking what to do, what's best.